Hello and welcome back to once more another episode of Vampire the Masquerade Nightrunners. As you can probably tell, we have once more been joined by Sir Cuttlefish. So, we will go around the table and introduce everyone and ourselves. I am Mike. I will be your storyteller this evening, and my pronouns are he, him. Hero.
I'm MK, my pronouns are they, them, and I will be playing the ghoul hero.
Babel.
Hi, I'm Nexus, and I'm playing Bubble. Bubble, the Arcadian Netrunner, and my pronouns are she, they, and so are Bubbles.
Lacey.
Hello. My name is Saber, and I will be playing our Toreador, Lacey. And both my and her pronouns are she and her.
And back once more to cause mischief and mayhem, Ian.
Hi, I'm Sir Cuttlefish. I go by she, her, and I will be playing the Netrunner Tremere.
And as always, we begin with a warning of sorts. This game is for mature audiences. It may have depictions of violence, body horror, sexual themes, power imbalances, forced actions, gaslighting, and other taboo subjects. We urge you to watch at your own discretion and take breaks if you need to, or skip parts entirely. My players have made me aware of their veils and lines, and I will be adhering to them throughout the entire game because we'd like to have a comfortable table as well as a comfortable audience. I want to remind everyone that whilst we are playing monsters, it's 100% grit. It's grand. Do it. Hate the character. But please don't hit the player. They're not all bad. Trust me, I know them personally. Except for Babel. Anyway, speaking of Babel, please reveal tonight's card.
The card for this evening's episode is the Hangman Reversed, which stands for martyrdom, indecisiveness, and turmoil.
As many of you have noticed over the last few episodes, the cards have been right every time, and not through me either, so it's great. Let's see if tonight's Hanged Man plays true. Let's start our episode.
It's all about humanity.
Night City is no stranger to the streets being filled with blood. From its conception, it has survived mob wars, brutal corporate wars, and all-out gang warfare. Nothing, however, gets the city's kindred going quite like a blood hunt. Hunting a kindred is much easier than hunting an unknown group of suspected independent ghouls, however. No doubt many of the kindred will use this opportunity to get rid of rivals. How will our coterie deal with the pressure of their newfound fame and their newfound coterie member? Please roll me your rouse checks for this evening.
safe.
And Cuddle,
Hungry.
hungry. Tonight, we open in darkness. There is the sound of dripping, water falling from a ceiling, water surrounding, engulfing. Babel, you feel like your lungs are about to implode and explode and expand all at the same time as water rushes forward towards you, surfacing you, surrounding you, covering you. The water is red. The water is warm. The water is cold. The water smells like sewage, feces, dirt. There is a voice, dark, in the distance, laughing. One you don't recognize, and one certainly not a part of your collective.
Time is near.
And you awaken. You awaken in your haven, dry. There is, however, a thirst within you, something you didn't expect. Please raise your hunger by 1. Babel, you have been a kindred for a number of years. You know that when a kindred enters a torpor state of sleep, of day sleep, there is no dreaming, there is no nightmares. Not until tonight. You have awoken from the first nightmare you have had in decades. Or was it something else?
Bubble is going to immediately check that the system is still stable, that there's been no incursions.
As you do your rudimentary checks, going through every system you have, your security systems for your haven, those with on your computers and your decks and your NetSuite, everything is as you left it. This was no external force. The smell still lingers in your nostrils, but it's fading.
She'll shoot a message off to Paradox. Need to talk.
You get a message back, reasonably quick, from Paradox. My office. 30 minutes.
Thumbs up emoji. And I will make a beeline.
And as you make a beeline, we then move. Lacey, where do you awaken this evening?
I will awaken in my room at the night core.
As you do, as you awaken, there is a man standing over you. A man you have seen before. very dark skin, dressed in all black, his head shaven to the wick. No beard, no mustache, very bland other than his icy blue eyes that stare at you, and the golden glint of his weaponry. He has no arms, he simply has two long blades in place of them that are glinting in the light.
If you are here, who's protecting Nyx?
Come. That's all he says. And his accent is Middle Eastern, at least.
Oh, you do talk. Okay. I'll get up. I will not care to change out of the shorts and tank top, and I will just follow.
He does not reply to you. But he walks out of your room, down the hallway. And finally, you both reach Nyx's room. Not her office. Her own personal haven. As he walks towards the doors open instantly. Nyx smiles at him and then looks at you. I do hope you had a good time last night.
It was interesting, to say the least.
Well, my dear, Elysiums do tend to be so. It's such a shame about your little friend, though.
Which one?
Sable.
She is serving the tower to the best of her ability. Wherever that may take her, then she is in service of the prince. As much as it does indeed suck.
She smiles at that. How long did you practice that line in the mirror?
Oh, I did good. Only 30 seconds this time. I'm beating my record. Go me.
Not bad. But
I aim to please.
do you remember our arrangement before the festivities?
I do. I didn't think you'd be so eager. But I'm happy to accept any presents you give.
It is not about me being eager. It is about me keeping my head on my shoulders.
Fair.
Come here. And she is sitting on a lavish chair behind a desk. She doesn't get up to move.
I will go over.
I'm not fond of people standing while I am sitting.
Oh, sorry.
Kneel.
I will look around for... Okay, I will kneel.
Good. And she cuts into her wrist with a nail on her free hand and holds it out to you.
Sip, sip.
And as you drink the vitae, there is a rush that goes through you like an addict taking a hit of heroin. Your nerves feel on fire, but it's not a burning sensation like you are so used to, like the last time your nerves were set aflame. It is encompassing, nullifying, and beautiful all at the same time. Your head swims with thoughts and perhaps shards of memory. Not your own, but not enough for you to pick through. And finally she takes away her hand. She licks her wrist close and asks you to stand up.
She'll stand up.
Now, please take a seat.
I will look around for a chair lying nearby.
There's a chair right in front of her desk.
I will sit in the chair.
It's not as lavish as hers, but it is still quite comfortable. Though as a kindred, you don't really care for comfort. I am to inform you that the prince is calling you, Lacey, and Babel, hero, and in the lack of the fourth member of your little coterie, he will be bringing Ian.
Wow. We are being absolutely blessed. This will be fun.
Perhaps. I am not permitted to enter the room during this. I have asked, and the prince has informed me that the conversation is between you all and him.
I mean, I guess. I think you're much more important than us to hear all that information, but what do I know?
Lacey, whilst I do appreciate the brown nosing, I do not wish to have to give you a handkerchief every time.
I'm not brown nosing. Genuinely, I have no idea why he wouldn't let you in.
She seems off tonight. You don't need to roll for that. She seems aggravated. Perhaps it's due to hunger, or perhaps it is due to not being allowed into this so-called meeting.
Nyx, I know I am not the person who has much power over anything, but if there is anything I can do for you as a person, I am here for you. You've been here for me through everything.
I know, and I'm very grateful for it. However, do keep what we are currently doing a secret between the three of us.
Yeah, 100%.
The last thing we need is people asking why I bound you.
Bound me? I wouldn't know. You never bound me, Nyx. I just have no reason to defy you. Genuinely, your order is strike home.
She seems a little amused by that. There's a small smile. Again, how long did you practice that in the mirror?
That one was off the cuff.
Impressive.
I've done better.
Anyway.
But it helps when I'm not lying.
Good. You are to go to the prince's office. I assume you know who that is.
I'm sure I can find it.
Go to the main floor of Elysium. Follow the stairs upward. You will see the sheriff. He will be waiting.
As you wish.
We then move down several floors. Down, down, down until there is near enough pitch blackness and cold. There is the thrum of electricity and life as a pod is opened. A hiss echoes into the room as the cryo chamber opens, and Ian, for the first time in what seems like quite some time, your chamber was opened from the outside.
Already again?
The prince has need
My
of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Ian. The prince has need of you.
Not you?
Um.
You could just say you like me. Alright, help me out, I'll go.
You see as Gort reaches up with his long fingered hand, take yours and help you out of the pod.
And she will get out.
Perhaps we could continue the conversation from the last time later, but tonight, the prince, do you remember the three you worked with the last time when the bomb went off and the files were stolen?
Oh yes, the cute funny ones.
Yes, he wishes for you to work with them again.
Okay.
He does have some stipulations.
Probably I have to be good.
One of them is to be good and to not cause, mass hysteria and panic in the streets of Night City.
I think I can handle that. No panic, no hysteria. And then we have our conversation.
Yes. Yes.
Bye-bye.
I'm,
She will go.
he watches as you walk away. I'm to bring you to. You just hear his shuffling feet as he comes up behind you. I'm to bring you to the office. If people see you walking through Elysium on your own, they will. You know how people are.
I know. Okay, carry me.
He stops and he looks.
You don't want to be seen, right? Let's go. Carry me. We're going to be late.
And he reaches round. He reaches round and he takes Ian by the legs and the shoulders and he lifts her up and begins to princess carry her. And he does so with ease. Nosferatu are quite powerful. Whilst Gort is not known for his physical strength, he does inherently have the ability. And he lifts Ian up with ease, and the moment the two of them are conjoined together, there's a weird rush that comes over Ian. A weird sensation. And he begins to walk to the elevator. You both take the elevator up the stairs until you're finally at Elysium. As Gort exits the Elysium, not a single person looks at the two of you as he walks through. You hear him whisper in your ear, I am going to get into so much trouble for this. He begins to ascend the stairs. We move now. The hero. Hero, where are you this evening?
Wherever Vera is where Hero is.
Vera is, as always, at work, in her office. Her and Crystal are going over several notes. Boring HR stuff, nothing you need to concern yourself with. Until finally, she looks up at you. You see her eye glowing blue as she begins to talk to someone on the other end of the phone. Now? Why wasn't I... Butcher. Okay. We will go now. And she looks over towards you. I guess the sheriff wasn't... You know why, it doesn't matter. The prince has called a meeting with you and your little friends.
With me, you'll be there?
I intend to go.
Okay.
You are my property.
I'll get my...
As simple as that.
Good. I'm ready to go when you are.
Alright. I guess we better make it quick because we have so much work to do tonight.
Yes, ma'am.
Come on.
I j-
No, speak your mind, hero.
I'm growing worried that he's going to take me away. And I don't want that to happen.
I don't want that either, but I am in no position to argue against the prince.
I understand.
Hopefully it does not come to that. I believe I have proven myself more than capable in my position. As have you with your recent dealings with whatever is going on with these archangels or whatever the hell they're called.
Just, I don't want to leave you unprotected. I don't want a repeat of what happened.
I don't want a repeat of what happened either, and I've never properly thanked you for that.
Of course.
And she walks over towards you. And she places her hand on your cheek and leans in and gives you a kiss on the lips. It's cold, but there is a warmth behind her movements. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, this doesn't leave the room because most people would find that very improper.
I'll, keep it to myself then.
You know, I go to keeping secrets.
Don't kiss and tell.
She winks and smiles at you.
My job.
Come on, let's go see the prince. She leaves the office with you, and you two begin to ascend the stairs in Elysium towards the prince's abode. And we move back once more to Bubble. Bubble, you have arrived at Night Corp. You have made your way upstairs. And instead of meeting Paradox at her office, the moment the elevator doors open, she is standing there. She walks in, presses several buttons on the elevator, and as it begins to move, she presses the emergency stop. Much easier to talk in here, don't you think?
Of course, yes.
You can tell that her demeanor has changed. Where the last night she was rather scatterbrained, tonight there's an aura about her. One of determination. What did you want to speak about, Bubble?
This is going to sound very strange. But I just had a nightmare.
Why is that strange?
We don't
is
dream.
not. When she says that she is not hiding anything, she is being very forward. She is rather confused by why you find it strange.
We don't dream. I've never woken from day sleep having had a dream, let alone a nightmare. And this was all of my senses. It was visceral and real, and I don't understand it.
She nods her head knowingly. That was no nightmare. That was no dream. Our clan are gifted with premonitions, as many of you know. We are seers. Sometimes we can catch glimpses of things that will come or have happened or could possibly happen. Sometimes they come in dreams whilst we're in day sleep, and sometimes they can happen in a split moment. Sometimes we don't even remember we had them. It is the unfortunate burden we carry. What happened in your dream?
Lots of water that wasn't water. The word time. It was red but smelled like effluent. It was all encompassing. It was around me, on me, crushing me, beckoning me, in me. It was everywhere. I don't understand if it's some kind of portent or something like that. I don't understand what it's asking of me.
Many of our premonitions are open to interpretation. Some can be as clear as crystal, and some can be as muddy as muck. It entirely
How do you know which ones to listen to then?
Well, you can listen to them all, but it's how you deal with them. Do you remember what I said about the big wave?
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps the two could be joined together. Water, wave. I have no real recollection of what the wave was, but I know it is coming, or it has come, or it is someone, or it is something, but I'm not too sure. All we can do is tell people if we think it is important to them, and let them join the dots. Or we could do our best guess.
You can run an analysis against it. I can do that.
You could run an analysis against it, or you could simply forget about it. If it is terrifying you.
I don't think I want to.
Good. Premonitions are powerful abilities, but you need to learn how to sift through the madness, as it were. Think of it as a code. Think of it as one of the codes you have designed. You are trying to differentiate the numbers to make sure that it all comes to an equal value at the end.
Mm-hmm. Run a checksum. I can do that.
I know you can, Chum.
Do they happen often?
Like I said, they can happen at the most inopportune times, or you can make them happen.
Right. Okay.
It will, however, perhaps make you more hungry if you try to force a premonition.
Okay. Definitely going to watch out for that then.
Be careful who you tell. Some may use it to get the lotto numbers. Never works out. Don't know why.
I could just... Anyway, yep. Okay, understood.
You were about to say I could just hack the system and get the lotto numbers. You could, but then you would be caught by Netwatch.
Exactly.
We don't want that.
Not tonight, anyway.
No. She lets go and presses the emergency stop button again, and the elevator comes to life. The elevator doors open not on her floor or the floor above, but on the Elysium floor. Oh, I forgot to tell you, you have a meeting with the prince right now.
Why?
You're his golden girls. And boy.
Nothing like a big target painted on your back. Okay.
Better than a bloodhound painted on your back.
If you say so. Are you coming?
Nope, I was not invited.
Oh. But you want to hear what we talk about, right?
What you talk to the prince about is entirely up to you, whether you tell me or not. In the game, entirely up to you. Anyway, Jumba, I have some shit to do. And she walks away. She claps your ass, as she does. No one of those, go get it, sport.
Bubble will be very uncomfortable at the physical touch and then walk out and I guess head to the prince's office.
As you walk out, you feel like a brush against your shoulder, but you don't see anything. You do, however, in the distance, see some pink hair heading towards the stairs, and a shock of silvery blue and flaming red hair. You recognize them all immediately as Lacey, Hero, and Vera.
Bubble will walk towards them.
Hi.
Good evening.
Oh, your friends are here, Hero. Great.
Vera.
Babble.
Correct.
So, I guess you're all going to see the prince.
It would seem that the prince is called for his golden children.
Golden children.
That was just a phrase I heard.
Employee of the month, maybe a bit more apt, don't you think?
I don't know.
Well, shall we go see?
Indeed.
She begins to walk up the stairs with Hero beside her. As you all look out the window as you pass the stairs, you can see Night City below, glowing in its neon light. You pass up the stairs, and you do indeed see the sheriff standing at a door, his arms crossed over his chest, still wearing the old tattered looking trench, his bald head and well groomed beard shining a little bit in the light. Perhaps he uses turtle wax. He stands at the door and looks at the three of you. The prince is waiting.
Well, we can't have that.
No, you cannot. He opens the door.
Lacey will bow and go inside.
I will drop a very awkward curtsy and walk in.
Hero is following Vera's lead.
As Lacey and Babel walk in, Vera then walks towards the door. As she does, the sheriff puts a hand out. Not you, Vera. Just your boy. What do you mean, not me? You heard me, Vera. This is unacceptable, Butcher. He is mine. No. He is the prince's. You are the prince's.
I would appreciate it if Vera could be there, sir.
You may appreciate it, young hero, but the prince has made this ruling. Vera can wait here for you, but she cannot enter.
I think Hero's at a bit of a loss. It is sort of just looking like to Vera, like, help.
You can see Vera. Her entire demeanor changes. This is not the first time the sheriff has stopped her from doing something she wishes to do. Her face stretches slightly as her fangs distend. You can feel an aura of anger just rolling off her as her fingers clench into fists. If her knuckles could turn white, they would. But she closes her eyes. Very well, Butcher. But if any harm comes to Hero in that room, there will be a reckoning. The sheriff doesn't blink his eyes. He simply looks at you, and Vera looks at you. I will be here waiting for you, Hero.
Yes, ma'am. And Hero will head in.
As you head in, the sheriff follows in behind you, and the door closes. As each of you enter the prince's office, you see that it is vastly spacious. There is art of different types covering the walls, from paintings to sculptures. There are books, both hard copy and what seems to be a collection of data discs on another wall. There is a lounging area with leather and wooden tables and chairs. And the prince, he is staring out the window over his city.
Of course he is.
Yeah, that's
His arms crossed behind his back. You do notice, however, that he is not alone in the room. As well as you four, as Ian appears in the room. Gort slowly putting her down onto the floor. he backs off, the sheriff giving him a sharp look. But you four are not the only ones here. The sheriff is here. The prince is here. And there is someone else in the room. Someone you can't quite make out as they are sat in a corner. You can see a glow of a cigar each time they inhale, and the smell of the smoke encapsulates the room. The prince turns to all of you. Well, I thank each of you for coming this evening. Please, have a seat, make yourself comfortable. I believe we have some things to discuss.
Lacey will go sit.
Seeing Lacey sit, Barbara will suddenly remember that she has legs and also move.
Yeah, Hero is very on edge and is like very quiet, but it will also go and sit.
The prince looks at Ian. Are you going to sit, Ian, or are you going to stand?
I'd like to stand.
Of course, do the opposite of what I say. So, I assume you're all wondering why I gathered here.
It is not our place to wonder, but we are here at your command and beckon.
Very well. You three seem to be at the epicenter of this entire thing. You three seem to be able to sniff out these rats wherever they are. Perhaps it is good timing, perhaps it is simply just right place, right time. Either way, I want to use that talent. No doubt some of you in this room found it strange that I called the blood hunt on a bunch of no-name mortals. There is a reason for that. If someone within my organization is helping them, as I suspect, then they know they are on notice. It also gives many within the tower an opportunity to play out some of their ambitions. How many of the tower will bring me someone say, "This is them, sire, this is the traitor." Then I will know who I can trust and who I cannot. Because if they do so, and it is wrong, well, more fool them. I do not expect many within the tower to take this blood hunt seriously, but I do expect you four to do so. I expect results. You proved yourself with the Arasaka waterfront incident. So now I want to prove that you can do more. I want you to prove to me you can do more. The bodies we recovered. The two men. Whilst we could not get much information from them. We were able to copy much of their memory disks. We've created some BDs of their life, but most of it is fragments. We do know that no one within the tower was mentioned within their memories. But there was something interesting. How many of you have been to Rancho Coronado?
I don't tend to make a habit of it, sir, my prince. Sir?
He looks at the rest of you.
No idea.
It is deep within what the Anarchs consider their territory. And there is an old dam there. From their fragmented memories, we gathered that that is where they called a home base. The dam has been abandoned for some time. Once it stopped holding back the tides and started holding back the landfills, no one used it. Which brings me to my second thing. He clicks his fingers, and the bookcase opens slightly. And as it does, you see a young woman that most of you recognize as Ares, wheeling in a man in a wheelchair. The man in the wheelchair is crying in absolute agony. His arms have been ripped off at the shoulders. His legs have been cut and torn in various different places. He is nothing more than a body and a head. You recognize the scarred and pimpled face of Sputnik. This one, however, you did a very good job on bringing him in alive. Please, just let me go. I told you it. Shut up. As the prince says that, Ares walks around and backhands the man. There's a loud crack as her open hand collides with his face. He whimpers even more. Tell them what you told us. There is a man. He paid me a lot of money. What was this man's name? She'll kill me. There's another loud crack. The fuck do you think I'm gonna do to you, motherfucker? You hear Ares call out. Morning Star. He worked for Petrochem, okay? He was paying me a lot of money. Well, I never expected Petrochem to be the ones that tried to infiltrate us. If that is the case. So, there are two options open to us. Babel Am I correct in my assumption that you are quite good at making up identifications?
I am, sir.
How quickly could you make up 3? 1 for yourself, 1 for Hero, 1 for Ian. Unfortunately, Lacey, you are a little bit too famous.
It's a curse.
However, it could be used to an advantage. Perhaps 3 executives are giving young Lacey here a tour of the Petrochem facilities just across the way there.
How involved do they need to be? Just face value?
Just face value, I believe. Petrochem, whilst they are extremely wealthy, they are not known for military backing.
It'd probably take me 3 nights.
And if I wanted a rush job and get it done tonight?
I would need some assistance, but and Barbara will look over at Ian. Access to a faster system than mine could also speed up the process.
Could that be done, Ian?
Yeah.
There is a second option. I do have a contact within Petrochem, one of the board members. Perhaps I could have this Morningstar person meet you.
I can get it done.
If all else fails, head to the dam, see what is there. Now, Babel.
Yes, sir.
I am aware of your history. I am aware of your affiliation before you joined our ranks. Am I to assume what happened last night was their work?
I believe so, sir. It has all the markers.
This could be a problem.
I would concur.
Do you know where Cookie and her rabble congregate?
I know the majority of their haunts, whether or not they've changed anything up since I left. It would be easy to find out if I'm not already busy.
Please make a list and give them to Butcher, if you would.
Yes, sir.
Hero, you have been awfully quiet this entire time.
I know my place, sir.
No. You are soon to be elevated. Get a promotion, if you would.
With all the respect due to you, sir, I'm happy where I am.
There is a laugh in the corner of the room. So, you don't want my gift then, do you? There is a coldness that comes with that voice. As the cigar is put down and the shadow begins to move, as a woman stands up and walks forward. She is wearing a black leather jacket and a loose black blouse and leather trousers and high boots. You recognize her immediately, hero, as Ceres Swan. Ares had warned you about her. Clan the Sombra Primogen.
Again, with all due respect, ma'am, I think your gift should go to someone else.
And she smiles broadly at you. You know, I come from a long line of people who believe that when someone says with all due respect, they actually mean fuck you. So, is it with respect, or are you just simply telling me to fuck off?
I wouldn't dream of telling you to fuck off, ma'am.
Has Vera made you such a sniveling little worm that you don't speak your mind?
Vera has taught me to know my place, and my place is by her side, and that is where I would like to remain. So, again, I will have to, as respectfully as I am able to, decline your gift. Thank you, but no thank you.
It's not my gift. It's the prince's, and you're refusing the prince's gift. Oh my. And she looks directly at Prince Knight. He is staring directly at you. It is unusual for someone such as yourself to refuse the gift, to refuse the embrace. Why?
I have done everything I can for Vera and the tower for the last decade. I have been loyal. I have dedicated my life, my days and my nights to this place. And I am happy, I am contented in my work, and I would like to continue my work. And if I have earned your favor, sir, I would beg you to allow me to continue it.
And what is it that you truly want, then? Do you truly want to remain a ghoul for the remainder of your life? Just to stay by Vera's side?
I want to stay by her side as long as she wants me.
And what if she doesn't? What if one
Then I
night
will
she
go.
wakes up? You will go. No, you will not go. You know too much.
Then I will go, sir, into the dark, willingly if she wishes it.
It's almost beautiful. I admire Vera for that. Very well. But I cannot so easily just simply resend a gift, especially one made in front of my entire court. So, for this, for you to remain as you are, I will require a major boon from Vera. And you are to deliver the said message, as will Primogen Swan, for wasting her time.
Is this something that Vera has to agree to?
Yes.
I can't promise things on her behalf.
You cannot. But if she wishes to keep you, I'm sure she will agree.
And if she doesn't?
Then the original deal and gift are given.
Yes, sir.
Excellent.
Thank you, sir.
So, you all have tonight to find out who Morningstar is. Don't let me down.
Yes, sir.
Oh, and before you do go, Hero, take out the trash, will you? He points directly at Sputnik.
Yes, sir. And I think Hero will pull a stake from in there, within their uniform, their gear, and will first of all just immediately stake Sputnik, and if they can do that, they'll probably pick him up to dispose of him elsewhere.
You see Ares laugh. Such human thinking, and she walks over and grabs Sputnik's head and twists. You hear bones snapping and flesh tearing as his head comes from his shoulders. He turns to ice slowly in your hands. It's almost gooey. Almost
Hero will
viscous.
take their state back and drop what is left. Just be like, I was going for less mess, but well done.
It's my job after all. She smiles. The prince once more says to you all, tonight, you may leave. We have much to discuss. The
Bubble will
sheriff,
get up and walk out as quickly as possible.
the sheriff opens the door for all of you as you begin to leave. And Vera, as to her word, is standing, arms crossed, stirring burning holes in the door. I need to stay here, Ian. So, if you're going to help, yeah, if you're going to help them, bring them down to your place.
I very much will. And she'll blow him a kiss and blow the prince a kiss as she bows.
Yes. And as you all leave, the sheriff closes the door. What the hell happened?
I'm sure every kindred he could probably hear Hero's heart, like, is just going, like, racing. And Hero is going to sort of, like, head straight to Vera. Primogen Swan is the one who, if I am forced to take the embrace, is the one who will do it.
Her eyes immediately shoot wide. What?
If I am to stay as I am, he wants a major boon from you, so it is your decision what happens to me next. And I leave it in your hands.
That crypt-dwelling shadow fucking tentacle.
We have a lot of work to do, Babel.
What are you doing up here?
Ah, it's so good to see you.
How'd she get out?
And let her out.
She's part of our work team now.
I'm the new Coterie member.
The prince. Okay. Let me get my thoughts together. The prince wants a major boon from me so that you don't get embraced by that fucking shadow whore.
Oh, and one for Primogen's, one for, if I remember correctly, wasting her time.
Wasting time.
You can see that she is getting more visibly angry the more you all keep talking. Not at you, but at the whole situation.
I could intervene, maybe help, but Babel and me are going to go real quick. We have to go do the thing.
We have a thing to do.
We have to do the thing. It's very important.
What did the prince want you to do? Her voice is very low at this point.
I don't have a lot of time, folks. If we have to do this tonight, I have to go. I have to go. Meet you in the car park in a few hours.
Hero, go with those two. You two, Lacey. I'm going to go talk to the prince right now myself.
Lady Vera,
Yes.
before you go, if you need a second option, I'm more than willing to assist.
I appreciate that, Lacey, but what do you want in return?
To know Hero is where he is happiest, where he is of most use, which is with you. If it becomes necessary, could volunteer as sire with your permission and accolades. I don't know the best word at this moment, but would swear off ever giving him an order and leave all control to you. I would simply be proxy to ensure that he remains with us and where he is happiest.
But you would embrace him.
Yes, if that is what he and you desire.
It is not what he desires, nor is it what I desire.
I am offering it as an option, rather than go to the, as you so eloquently put, shadow horror.
You're very sweet, Lacey.
You're my
I
friend.
appreciate
Anyway, let me think on it. I assume you four have something to do tonight, so go and do it while I figure out this mess.
Please be careful.
I always am. It's how I've survived so long. She begins to walk away, down the stairs and away from view. And the four of you make your way, I assume, down to Ian's chamber.
Bubble needs to play with toys.
Okay.
Okay.
So, here is what we're going to do. Bubble, I need you to roll me 3 sets of dice. I need you to roll me your wits, your tech, +2.
Including my specialty,
What was your specialty again?
hacking.
No, because you're not hacking anything, you're creating something.
Okay.
So,
So
I
wits.
need 1 roll of wits and wits technology +2. Then I need wits craft.
Can I include my cyberware inclusions for wits?
No, because you're not using your
Not using my
cyberware.
core.
You're using
Yeah.
Ian's. which is where you're getting the +2 from, anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, another wits tech.
Understood. So wits and tech, then wits and craft, was it?
Yes.
Five, 2, and 7.
Okay. And with those dice, come back after the break and we'll see exactly what happened.
Hello, my lovely blooming buds! We are so happy you're here with us today. Are you enjoying yourself? Are you sweating yet? No? Well then, maybe there's something more we can do for you. Get a warm up, stretch your body, sip some water to keep from wilting, and take that newly energized body over to our link tree. Why the link tree? Why not the link tree? It has our Patreon where you can help fertilize this garden to help it grow bigger, brighter, and more beautiful. And whether you're an expert on all things in this lovely plot of ground or just learning the difference between roses, snakes, dragons, and oh so many more, you can peep on our renegade links to enrich your already sparkling brain. This has been your #LoveLacey, and remember to keep your body busy, busybody.
And welcome back. Well, where we last left off, Babel was about to create something beautiful. But let us open the scene, shall we? As the elevator doors open, and the four of you are now several floors underneath the city. The room is dark, except for the pulsating electricity that comes out of a centrifuge in the middle of the room, like a heartbeat. Arcs of blue lightning stream upwards, and in the middle there is a cryo chamber, one that Ian knows very well, one that has kept her busy for quite some time.
May I?
Go ahead. Just don't break anything, or else you're paying for it.
Understood.
No pressure.
Anything I should know before I jack in?
Pressure. Go.
Okay. I'll just be a minute. And almost reverently, Barbel walks forward to the cryopod. Looks back at everyone and gives a salute and then steps in.
As Babel steps into the net running cryo chamber and links herself up, a coldness sweeps over you. Many mortals, when net running, tend to use makeshift cryobaths. This is far more sophisticated. As the doors close, so do your eyes. And in the blackness, you don't see anything. But you hear what cannot be mistaken as a heartbeat. A pulsating sound. Not a normal heartbeat like the one you would hear in a mortal's body, but one of a different sentience. Your eyes open, but you do not see your coterie before you. You see the world on different levels as code streams along your vision. You see every point within the building. You can feel the pull towards circuits outside within the street. You can feel the hum of the city. The beating heartbeat of Night City is you. From here, you can see through streets. You can see through cameras. You can see through some people's agents. You're no longer Babel. You are Night City. And then there's a flash. Searing heat as your body begins to warm up. If you were mortal, you have no doubt that your blood would probably boil inside your body, but this cryo chamber keeps your kindred body to a nice even temperature. We're here, we're here, we're in, we're in, we're here, we're here, we're in, we're in, we're here, we're here, we're in, we're in. We have so much power and here, so much power and here. The voices that have always accompanied you have never sounded louder. But Babel has something to do. A mission. How does she do this?
She's going to go to one of the walls of code, and with what she now imagines to be her fingers, is just going to start pulling out sections and forming a face. And then she's going to kneel down to the street and see a line of code from one of the lamplights, and she's going to pick a name from that and put it on there. And then she's going to start developing scant kind of a backstory, middle management, executive suite, overseas visitor, that sort of a thing. She's going to do this 3 times. One for each of the people who needs a new mask. And is going to try very, very hard to not listen to the voices that are now louder. And is going to try very, very hard to stay on task. And is going to try very, very hard to not want to become one with the code.
Could you roll me a composure resolve check, please?
No? Do I add my hunger for this one?
No.
That's only 3.
As you're weaving this code, something you've done many times before, but not on such a large scale. Something that you've taken time with. But with the processing power of this machine, you're able to And as you put the final touches on the last, it is as if your body is ejected from your mortal coil. You see not just yourself within the code. You see the surroundings. And you feel arms wrapping around you. And a soft voice. Welcome to my garden, child. Perhaps you could be of use to me. Free me.
Are you trapped here?
You can almost feel a body brush up behind you. It is like you're in a embrace, a motherly embrace. Not so much trapped, but if you can free me, all the lights of the world can be yours, including this one.
Okay, I don't know if I'll be able to come back here, but I can try. Who are you?
I am your mother, Babel. And as you hear your name, you're injected back into your body. Your eyes open inside the pod. As Babel was in the pod, what were the three of you doing?
So being embraced, exciting.
It's been a while, Yen.
Mhm. You don't want to be embraced? Hero?
No, I'm contented where I am. So, no.
You don't want to be embraced by Swan?
Definitely not. I'm very augmented, which I think potentially would not work well with someone of Swan's constitution.
Do you want to know a secret?
Always.
De la sombra ruthless. You're going to be embraced by her. One way or another.
What's the other way? One way or what way?
Unless you can prove that she is inadequate of a sire.
Or if Vera agrees to the boons.
That is a lot for dear to do. Do you know what the major boon is?
I'm aware.
Okay. Well, if she doesn't, hopefully your friend can embrace you.
I don't think that will happen. I think I wouldn't let Lacey do that. Would potentially put her in a very awkward position with the prince.
Look how nice Lacey is.
I know, and I'm nice enough that I wouldn't expect her to take that for me. Especially not for something I don't want in the first place.
Do you always want to be a ghoul?
As long as Vera will have me.
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to catch up. This is our, like, what? Second, third, fourth, fifth time talking?
Something like that. You make me very nervous.
Why? Is it the hair?
I like
Because-
the hair. The hair is good. No, I find you unpredictable and a little bit unsettling. Very fun, but unsettling.
There are worse things to be here.
That's
Oh,
true.
so- As you said, shadow tentacle bitch.
True. I don't want to be the child of the shadow tentacle bitch.
I don't think anybody wants to be the child of the shadow tentacle bitch.
So you see my predicament.
Yes, but if it doesn't work out and Vera does not want to do that, remember what I said. You could always find some dirt on her. And with your advantages, it would be simple.
Do you know something I don't? About her inadequacies? I see. Well, an interesting thought, definitely.
This is fun.
And as Ian says, this is fun. The cryo tube opens, spilling out icicle particles throughout the room. And you see Bobble. How's Bobble looking right now?
Bubble's looking a little wide-eyed. But before stepping out, has retained her composure. And yeah, straight-backed and usual Bubble, but a little wide-eyed.
How did you go?
It's done.
Jump.
That's a lovely setup you've got, Ian.
It is. Did you break anything?
Would you like it if I had?
No, I just want to make sure.
And then I didn't break anything.
Good. I had no doubt that you would not.
It's not nice to borrow somebody's toys and break them.
That is true.
There is this sound of machinery whirring in the background. Metallic arms reaching down. Some sort of laser working. And then finally it stops.
Ian. Question. What was that?
And you would know that that was the very large printer.
Well, that was a really large printer.
Okay, cool.
Hey, Babel, come here for a minute.
Will approach?
Babel,
Yes.
you did not talk to anything in there. Did you see anything in there?
Was there something there that I shouldn't have seen beyond the normal?
Just be careful when going into the deep. Alright? Okay?
Of course. Not my first rodeo, but is this different to what I would normally engage with?
I don't know. I was not there.
And
Just
this
be
is my first
careful.
time hooking into this system, so I just imagine that you've given me a secure connection. I just imagine that whatever
My
is
path
there
is
is
very unique. My path is very unique. So just be
okay.
careful, okay?
Understood.
Now let's go get our badges and do this thing. Make Prince happy. So I can see Gort.
How is that going?
He is difficult, but I am working on it.
Maybe you would like to make a delivery to Gort? I was going to give him something a little while ago, but I haven't yet. I haven't really had an opportunity. And Barbara will pull out a shard. Don't insert it into anything. Let him do it. It'll be more fun that way.
Okay.
Did he ever take you on that date like he was supposed to?
No.
Mm-hmm.
The moment they got the chance to hook me back up, they...
Well, that's good to know. Excellent to know.
Do you need to go and give that to him now? Or
No. This is more important. Prince thing's more important.
And the sound of the machinery finally stops. To Babel and Ian, it's extremely obvious as to what happened. The code took the initiative and began printing petrochem identifications for Hero, Babel, and Ian.
Okay, now maybe it's just my ignorance to anything outside my purview. What the fuck is petrochem?
Major corporation. They deal with some of the major infrastructure in the area. Built the dam.
big
Oh, they built the
corpo.
dam.
Hmm.
Great.
So I've constructed an appointment. We are middle management and executive. Hero, I'm hoping you're okay taking the lead on this one.
Of course.
We're taking hashtag Love Lacey through Petrochem on a potential sponsorship tour. Ian, you are executive assistant. That should give both Ian and myself cover to take a sidestep and take a moment away while, you know, our executive talks to our celebrity here about things that are going on. I hope that's okay.
I do so love being a distraction.
I've noticed.
I should be offended, but instead I'm just
It's been very useful from time to time.
from time to time.
Not that I have any particular reason to say this, but we go in, we get the information, and we get out. We work to the plan. No deviation from, unless the proverbial hits the fan, right?
Just like before.
Hero.
So I'm just keeping distractions of anyone who comes by to make sure you all can get what you need done, correct? Just so that I'm clear on what I should be doing.
You play your usual Lacey self. You're very good at improvising when
And we're
needed.
looking We're looking for Morningstar.
Morningstar, correct. Hero. We're playing this from the playbook. We're going for page... I think 17 should work very well.
I see.
I need to read this playbook.
Oh, you really don't?
Me too. I want to be involved.
Yeah, I think they're excluding us. I think you and I need to make our own playbook.
We
Do
do.
you want to... Would you like to fill them in on page 17, Emil?
We go in, we belittle their localized operations, make it seem like they need to up their security. It's going to put them on edge. It's going to have them confused. We're going to want to run a sweep of their security cam footage, first and foremost, just to make sure that all entry points for our celebrity here are covered. We want to know their drone cycles to make sure that we've also got, you know, as far as they're aware, coverage should there be any incursion that potentially jeopardizes our celebrity. And as far as anybody asks, they don't need to see the details of the sponsorship deal. In fact, the NDA clause in their original contract should be sufficient to make sure they do not breathe a word of this to anybody who is not in the room.
Perfect. I can definitely work with that. After all, throwing hissy fits is kind of a specialty, especially when it comes to security.
Yes. Well,
And
was there any
I
other
say
preparation?
I help you or I help you?
You should stay by Hero, and at a potentially opportune moment, should anybody need it, you can go and make a call and ask for a private room, jack in, and you can potentially scour the system that way. I suspect you'd be faster at it than me.
Maybe.
I will be planting a bug in their system.
Okay, so I go by Hero, and she's gonna grab Hero.
Correct.
I think Hero's like very still. I think being touched after the night Hero is having is already a lot.
Yeah, you're gonna make Gordon jealous in a bad way. You keep touching Hero like that.
She's gonna push him away. Not you, I'm sorry.
Don't be. What's the plan to find Morning? What do we do when we find them? If we find them.
I can make a recommendation.
Depending on who and where they are, maybe Lacey can ask for an addendum to the original contract that Morningstar is their liaison. And basically tell us to piss off.
Can definitely do that. May I make a request of my favorite info hackers?
Yes.
Anything you find, would you feel safe and secure sending it through our personal access, like our little chat? Because if one of us goes down, the info goes down with us unless it is shared.
That's a very good plan. Yes, I think we should do that.
I shall prep my hissy fit.
And
Is that
I
sufficient?
will not blow up the city.
Not tonight, anyway.
Morningstar. You would think the guy would really pick a more, conspicuous name. Here, let's put angel wings on everything and then name ourselves after a fallen angel. Ooh, so edgy.
Is Morningstar a registered employee?
I didn't
Oh, I
think
was
to
just
look,
making
I'm
fun of
sorry.
I was just making fun of his name.
Well, I'm wondering if that's a relevant point.
Give me a moment. Can I do a search for Morningstar and Petrochem?
Yes, you can. Roll me a wits check.
Come to think of it, if he was paying Sputnik so much money, what if some of it were business funds?
And there'd be a paper trail. 4.
1.
4. Going through the normal channels, the Petrochem website, the employee handbook and stuff, and anything to do with employees, even the searching of the name or the keywords Morningstar, nothing appears on Petrochem systems.
Not getting anything relating Morningstar to Petrochem.
Do we know exactly how much he paid Sputnik? Did we get that information before he got turned into a pile of goop?
Just a lot.
You just said a lot of money. So, we're going in. We're investigating. We're seeing what we can find on Morningstar and trying to find this connection.
Correct. And if we don't see anything on face value, I'm hoping to insert a bug into their system so that I can do a scour from the inside.
Makes sense.
Anything connecting to the dam might be of interest as well. Yeah, it's one of their old projects, but technically it's abandoned, so there shouldn't be any funding or projects or any mention of it now in their latest system. So if we do happen to come across it, it might be a point of interest for later.
Understood.
I'm ready. Are you guys ready?
You look nervous, Rebel. What's going on?
Residual from dealing with the system. That was a lot. It's very fast. No, I'm okay, thank you.
Good.
And now do you all begin to make your way?
Hero will take their bike.
Barbel's gonna ask for an unmarked AV.
Doesn't take long. The guard behind the counter is, as always, a slob. Yeah, here's one.
Thank you.
This cheeseburger's gone down wrong.
Delightful. Thank you. Shall we?
Let us be on our way.
It is a short drive. The Petrochem headquarters in Night City is right in the middle of Corporal Plaza, surrounded by myriads of other buildings: Militech, Arasaka, Kang Tao, Pentex, all those star scrapers raking across the sky. And you see the large neon signs of Petrochem as you drive into Corporal Plaza. Now, as always, it is raining heavily, as it has done every night for near enough 2 months. I assume Hero's wearing a coat.
Yeah. Coat and like leather pant type thing, so
Last thing we need is the boss to show up looking like a drowned rat.
yeah.
And you see the entrance to the building ahead of you as you park up your bike. The car parking up behind you. There does seem to be security on the front door, men in just what look like blonde uniforms.
Hero's gonna leave their helmet and head to the car and basically collect everyone, ready to get into character.
I'm just a guy playing a guy who's playing a guy.
That's me.
And
Barbel
you-
is going to remind everyone of the mission. And after giving details to Hero and Ian again, is just going to look at Lacey and go, just be yourself, darling.
Again, I'm starting to wonder what you mean as an insult and what you mean as a request.
What are the
Just-
names on our... Sorry.
Yes, what are we again?
What's the names
so-
on our IDs?
Hero is Andrew Whitaker. And Ian is Bubble is having a moment.
Ashley.
Ashley Forrester. There we go.
What about
Um,
Babbles?
Bubble is for tonight. She is Cassandra.
Just Cassandra?
There's a surname, but it's in Chinese.
and you all.
Lacey will hop out of the car with gusto.
And as you hop out of the car with gusto, you all begin to make your way towards the main entrance of the building. It is a large building, much like all the other skyscrapers in Night City. The large Petrochem logo on the front, glowing an orange glow across the soaked ground. As you make your way forward, one of the guards holds out his hands. Can we help you?
Yes, we have an appointment.
Names?
Hero's gonna hold out their ID card. Oh, sorry, someone.
The guard will take your ID card.
We're in a rush. If you can speed this along, please.
He looks at you.
What's your name?
Jackson, sir.
Okay, Jackson. I'm hoping you can make this smooth for us. We have important business to get to, and I'm short on time, as you can imagine. So if you could please move on. Get a move on.
He hands the card towards you. The head of security will meet you inside, sir.
Wonderful. We'll be going. Thank you for your help. Let's go, team.
Jackson
Miss Lacey?
wasn't.
What's that? Was that hashtag Lovelace? I think it was. You hear the voices as you walk past them. And once you get into the building, it is much like every corporate building in Night City. Vast. People are bustling even around this time. Worker drones going to and from desks, a reception area, large scale metal detectors in the middle of the room. And as the four of you enter, a rather handsome man walks up. He's got short blonde hair, very clean shaven, and piercing green eyes. He's wearing a very nicely tailored suit. And he speaks with a German accent.
You must be the head of security.
He looks at Hero for a second. Yeah, I'm Herr Müller. You must be from head office, yeah?
Whitaker. Andrew Whitaker. This is my team. Miss Forrester and Miss Cassandra. We have a client here who needs to be taken on a tour of the building. I'm hoping you can make this process as smooth as possible for me, please.
Yeah, I am Mason Muller. I am the head of security for Petrochem within Night City. This is a very strange request. It was done at the last moment. So,
Yes.
Is that a problem?
well, normally there are procedures to follow. Miss Cassandra. But given...
I think Hiro's going to lean in and be like, you know how celebrities are. What
Yeah.
they want, they get.
Yeah, had we been aware that Miss Peterson was coming, we would have made better arrangements. But please, yes, come along. I will show you what you'll need to see. Is there something particular you would like to see?
Yes. So I know it's going to be a little bit of a whoop-de-woo, and I wish I could say I'm sorry, but I'm not. I take the safety of my members and my people extremely seriously, so I need to see how upgraded all your stuff is to make sure it is up to our standards. Sorry.
I am curious as to why you would need to know this. Are you...
I believe I just said.
Yeah, you did, but I am curious as to why your members would be doing anything with Petrochem materials.
They're not. That's why I have these lovely people to make sure that what I don't know doesn't become a detriment to them.
Bubble is going to make a note on her deck. Argumentative, not prepared.
He looks at you. Looks at your
I am sorry for the last minute. It was the only thing I could get available.
Yeah, we are rather busy at the moment. We are trying to refine our chew too.
But surely, as head of security, that shouldn't be a major problem for you. You should always be ready for these sorts of things. You know how it is.
We are ready, which is why I'm talking to you now.
But you said you would have made better arrangements.
Yeah.
I am aware to take full responsibility for Miss Lacey while she's here in the building. I'm happy to show her the premises and take her through all her concerns. All I need you to do is help me get through this small hurdle we seem to be having for some reason.
He looks at the four of you very intensely.
Can Lacey pop an awe?
She can indeed.
I will pop an awe.
As he's looking at the three of you, his attention goes directly towards Lacey. He looks her up and down. Very well. And is there something you would like to see personally, Mrs. Peterson?
You could show me your favorite parts of the building. Aesthetics are extremely important to my brand. Maybe while my people work on the less fun things, you and I can go see those aesthetic spots.
I do not see why not. Would the three of you prefer to have an escort? I could have two of my guards bring and go with you.
I don't think that will be necessary.
If you can just give us a, say, base of operations somewhere that we can work, that would be great. While you show Ms. Lacey the sights.
I will give
As it were.
Mrs. Lacey a tour, of course. You may use my office as a base of operations.
Appreciate it.
And he turns and he begins to walk away. He goes to a small side gate of where the metal detectors are and holds it open for the four of you.
Lacey
Let's
will
go.
follow.
As you're through the metal detectors, he points towards an office to the side. That is my office.
Much appreciated. Thank you.
Now, Miss Peterson, if you would like to, please follow me.
Of course. Your name once more, I'm sorry.
Mason Mueller.
Mason Bueller.
Mueller.
A pleasure. Sorry? Mueller?
Mueller. Yeah.
Mueller. Alright, Jason. I'm looking forward to working with you.
He stares at you as if he's wondering if you're trying to get his name wrong constantly to annoy him, but he doesn't mind. Mason. MM.
Mason Mueller.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Eminem, let's see just how delicious you are.
I might come along on this tour with you, I think.
The more the merrier.
Cass, Miss Forrester, you are good to do your checks?
Absolutely, sir.
Wonderful. We'll be back momentarily.
He looks at you, Hero, and says, I am pretty certain I can take care of this myself, sir.
Oh, if you want to be alone with Miss Lacey, whatever Miss Lacey would like, of course.
I'm happy regardless. I would never turn you away, Andrew.
Well, if that is the case, then please come along. And the three of you begin to walk off. We go to Babel and Ian. What are our two nefarious hackers doing?
The second we get in that room, I'm disabling any cameras in that room, just putting them on a loop.
Okay.
Of us sitting, appearing like we're just like tapping away.
Okay, roll me a wits attack. Ian, are you helping at all with this?
Yeah.
Add a +1 to your dice.
Thank you. And I get my specialty.
Yes, you do.
Thank you. 2 to tech +1 to wits. Yeah, cool. This is a much nicer dice pool. Thank you, Mike. It's 8.
Yep, with 8 successes, you're able to put the cameras on a loop. Looks like the two of you are very, very boring. Just sat there.
Mission accomplished.
Mm.
Right. I am going to insert my bug. Do you want to look on the inside for Morningstar? And, if you've got time, maybe we can look for something about the dam as well, like Lacey said.
All right. I will do that.
It's a race.
Race, yes, okay.
Okay,
Fun.
cool. Yep, we can do this.
Winner of the other dinner. Go!
Okay, so we're going to make this a fun little race, and we will see who gets the most. So, between the two of you, I want you to roll me 3 sets of wits technology.
Oh, crap. I'm gonna do the tech thing now.
Just flat technology?
Wits and tech, the highest wins.
I'm not doing hacking, right?
Yes, you are.
Oh, okay, so then I...
I'm gonna lose so hard, I know it.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not. Don't be. Are you kidding? This is what Bubble lives for.
So, while our two hacktivists are racing against time and each other, Bubble,
These are hunger.
you notice that the computers are very, very high-tech.
Mm-hmm.
Something you may enjoy hacking into anyway. Now, Lacey and Hero. What are you two doing?
We are following Mueller to his favorite aesthetic spots.
Yeah, You see, it's the
Hero is sort of just watching Lacey work her magic on this man.
You see, the problem with aesthetic spots within a building such as this is that there are very little.
Oh, I'm sure even for a few spots, they're just the places that when you take your lunch breaks or when you need a moment away from it all, it just brings a sense of peace and relaxation.
I am.
Yeah, do you have any personal spots like that you'd want to show me, or are we just going to the professional ones?
Well, I have none of those within the building. If that's what you mean. All the places I prefer to be would be outside. I take lunch in my office. I am the head of security of a major corporation, Miss Lacey. I have very little time for breaks.
That's awful.
It is.
I know. Well, you're terribly dedicated to your job, and I'm sure your employers appreciate it. They do, right?
Yeah.
Of course, the head office appreciates all Mr. Muller's hard work.
Thank you. And tell me, I am rather curious, because obviously our liaison for media should be here, but they are currently off sick at the moment. What is it you wish to achieve with a partnership with Petrochem?
Well, call it a wide ambition. Petrochem has been in Night City for as long as I can remember. I remember the old ads. I remember talking about the dam when it was still active. I remember all the different projects you guys put up around the city to make Night City more efficient's the wrong word, but accessible for the regular day people, not just the people at the top of the food chain.
Yeah.
And to be able to work with such a standard of Night City, something that everyone has seen, everyone has known from the time they were kids, well, I just feel like that's going to bring a lot of people back to their roots and remind them why we're here, which is all about what my brand is, making sure that you know who you are so that you can grow. And isn't that what Petrochem really did? They stuck to their guns, they stuck to who they were, and they expanded from it.
Your reasoning is sound, at least. However, I cannot talk properly on certain matters as I am not in the know on certain things. However, I'm sure Andrew here could fill you in with more information on that.
Oh yes, Andrew's been increasingly informative. But
he smiles.
I like
at
hearing
Andrew,
opinions. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
He's gonna Andrew like, couldn't you fill her in on more important details than simply where I like to hang out, sir?
She wanted to see the important places in the building for herself. Show don't tell.
I know it may seem a little unorthodox, but I like hearing from people in, well, more up-close positions. Heads of security, people with their boots on the ground, because you're the ones who I talk to more often. So why, I mean, Andrew is fantastic and has given me everything I need to know about the facility, all the goodness it would bring with our partnership. But I want to hear what Petrochem is for you and for your fellow employees and your peers. And that starts with seeing the places in Petrochem in your office that you spend clearly so much time. Way too much time, honestly. I would like to talk to your manager about making sure you get paid breaks, but that's just me.
I am sure Andrew here could facilitate that conversation.
She's gonna look at Hero with like that, okay, and then she's going to lean closer to Mueller and put a hand on his arm. You and I both know the only way to get things done with management is to have someone on the outside throw a bitch fit.
You are not wrong. However, my management is not within this building. It is within the main Petrochem building in Texas.
Well, phone calls go a long way.
This is true. This is true.
Perhaps Miss Lacey would be able to meet some more of your staff. Talk to them, get to know people with boots on the ground.
Yeah,
I would love that.
yeah, of course. Follow me, I'm sure to find some of them muling about, as I call it. And we move back to our hacktivists. How did we do?
First roll was 5. Second roll was 7. Third roll was 11.
Okay.
Sorry, I was on mute. Well, then you beat me. I got 12 altogether.
There we go.
No, I said I had to lose this one because you're so much better. Okay.
There we go. Sometimes the dice gods giveth, and sometimes the dice gods taketh away.
I had a whole stack too. I was like, eh.
Did you roll once or 3 times?
3 times.
Okay. I was just saying, did you just get 12 on one die? Okay.
I got 3 on the first one. I don't remember. My last pull, I had the biggest ones. I had a few crits.
It's all good.
So.
So. Babel, you plug in. And your bug begins to root through emails, root through systems, root through accounting details. Paper trails going back and forth between here and various other corporations around the world, other Petrochem headquarters. Nothing, however, comes up with the name Morningstar. Everything you see so far seems to be business, and purely that. There are a few emails on Mueller's computer concerning some security breaches. It doesn't specifically say where. It just says that some two haulers have been hijacked within the Badlands. Not uncommon. Yeah. You're a bit slower on the uptake tonight. Perhaps it's hunger, perhaps it's pining for Gort, perhaps it's because you are, for one of the first times in a long time at least, actually stretching your fingers and doing something with your hands. But as you go through the files and emails and whatnot and trying to find backgrounds on the dam, you find that the dam was abandoned many years ago during one of the corporate wars when the river dried up. There is no security posted there. There is practically nothing. It is a shell, at least on the files anyway. It is mostly used to hold back a landfill. However, there are efforts being made by Petrochem and others to clear the landfill and fill it back up again with water. There is no date on when that will be complete, but there are plans for it.
Did you get anything interesting?
Not a whole lot, no. Seems devoid of any mention of Morningstar. There have been some hijacked Petrochem haulers in the Badlands, though.
Yes, and
I
I'm
mean-
not getting on him either. Just a lot of blank stuff. Mostly they seem very interested in this dam. So I think our best bet is probably go there. It looks like they're trying to fill it back up with water.
Interesting. Okay. Why would we be sent here if there's nothing here?
This was the Princess Inkling, right?
Right. But why? Why petrochem? Why did he get that feeling? Doesn't make sense if there's nothing here and nothing to be found.
Maybe. Maybe he just had a feeling.
He wouldn't
We found
bring
something.
together.
We found this dam, and you found Badlands. Maybe this man is or woman, we don't know, has covered their name very well.
Not making sense. It's not adding up. I think, yeah, you might be right. The dam. I'm the dam.
We might have to. But I don't know if there's going to be any thing really there to hack. I can't find anything else, unfortunately. By the way, did you win or I did? I think you did. My fingers are slow. I owe you dinner.
I'll hold that in my pocket until later. I will allow you to renege on dinner if you let me play with your toys once more.
I'll have to see. I don't know when I'm going to get Gord to come over. So he can play
Well,
with it.
how about we try and work on Gort taking you out for a date, and then I can keep eye on the shop.
Getting me out in the city? You're gonna have to
Out
convince me.
out on a date, you know, maybe it will still be in the building, but we'll see. I'll see what I can do. Lacey can be very convincing when she wants to be.
Okay.
Plus, I have an invested interest.
In Gord?
I just want to see you happy, Ian.
Okay. It's gonna get awkward for both of us if we're both after the same man.
Oh, he's all yours. I have absolutely zero interest in Gort. In your machinery, however, quite nice.
We then return to Hero, Bueller, and Lizzie. Yeah, I believe you've met Jackson at the front door.
Indeed.
Briefly.
Jackson, come here. Why are you not at your post? I'm on break, boss. 20 minutes uninterrupted, remember? Yeah, well, I believe Miss Peterson and Andrew have wished to have words with you. Yeah, sure. How can I help you, folks?
Well, I wouldn't want to interrupt your break. We can always come back later.
I mean, you might as well get it over with. I mean, what's up? How can I help?
Fair enough, I suppose. I just wanted to hear a bit more about what this place means to you, like, outside of, like, employment questions. Things like, what genuinely is your favorite part of being here, if there is one? What parts of this place bring you happiness? What connects you to this place?
He looks at Mueller, and Mueller shrugs his shoulders. To be quite honest, Miss Peterson, this is a job. I mean, what I really like, the health benefits for one. You know, we get real good health insurance here. Helps
That
me
is
and my
always fun.
helps me and my daughter. But other than that, a job's a job, right?
Job is indeed a job, and I'm so happy to hear that you have good health benefits here. So, is that vision, dental, and cyber upgrade?
Yeah, and if I was to be shot on job, MedTech would come and pick me up, take me up, and sort me out.
Wow, transportation too. That's excellent.
Yeah, well,
And I suppose, weird question. Where is your favorite place in the building to just decompress?
he looks around. Leans over. He leans over to you. The bathroom. You know, they make $1, I make a dime. That's why I shit in company time.
Totally get it. I some of my first jobs, it was the only place to hide, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Jackson. We'll probably go talk to a couple other of your fellow employees. Although, I'm gonna be honest, there was, and I'm to you as well, Mueller. There's one person I was really hoping to speak to, but all I have is their username. So I was hoping you could help with that, but that can come later.
Yeah, sure, ma'am. Anyway, can I go get my... Mueller just nods his head. Yeah, it was nice meeting you, Lacey. Hashtag all that stuff. I'll see you later. And
See you later.
Walks away. Yeah. He's a good worker, but lazy.
Well, I'd say he's just an average dad trying to do his best by his daughter.
But not wrong. Most employees are. Wait 1 second. Yeah. Alright, I'll be with you in a second. Unfortunately, I have to leave.
Oh no, is everything okay?
Yes, just some matters have come up. If you two...
What kind of matters? Should I be worried?
No, nothing to do with the building or anything like that. Just
No, but clearly something enough to warrant the chief of security's attention.
Most things are warranting my attention, Miss Peterson, but do not worry, you're quite safe here.
I can take Miss Lacey. Sorry, I can escort Miss Lacey back to the to your office if you need to step out.
Yeah, I would appreciate that. Anyway, both of you have a great time. I will make sure that our liaison reaches out to you, Miss Peterson. I'm sure the two of you could have a much deeper conversation.
Of course.
Anyway, it was nice to meet you, Andrew. Next time,
You too.
please
Mr.
make sure
Mueller.
that there is at least a week's notice and an email sent for paper trails.
I'll have my assistant reach out.
Excellent. Have a good evening. And he turns.
You as well.
And he begins to walk away.
I think Hiro's going to turn to Lacey and be like, do you want to try and find someone else to speak to in this building, like some other employees? What do you want to do before we have to get back?
How much longer do you think we need?
Honestly, we can probably head back now. They've probably got anything they need at this point.
I'm sure it's been long enough for Babel to place a bug. Yeah, we're good. If I was
All right.
gonna find anything, it would just be dragging Morningstar. But something tells me they have no clue what's going on.
Yeah. Alright, if we don't run into anyone else, if nobody else jumps out at us, let's just head back to the others and see what they've found.
I'm on your heels.
Let's go then.
Hero,
Mm.
since it's just us,
Mm.
you know, I know it's not the most comfortable of topics. I am not trying to push the matter. If it's something you genuinely want to say no to, but it is the only option, I'll respect that. I just wanted to help.
I appreciate you wanting to help, and I'm very touched by your offer. But, 1, I do not want it. 2, it will put you in a very difficult position with the prince if you were to do it when he's gifted me to somebody else. And I wouldn't want that for you, even if you were doing me a kindness, especially if you were doing me a kindness. But it doesn't matter because I don't want it.
Fair enough.
I'm almost certain at my level of augmentation, the embrace would
Kill you.
ruin me.
I get it. Hero, you don't have to explain it to me.
Okay, thank you.
I
I appreciate it, though. It's very kind.
I'll just have to find some other way to repay you for attempting to save my life.
By staking you.
I mean, I meant more the shooting the person trying to shoot me. But
It's my
no, the
job.
staking haunts my nightmares.
Sorry.
Oh no, sweetheart, in the best of ways.
Oh. Oh. Okay then.
No,
I
your
think-
enemy, you know?
Sorry,
know
what'd you
your
say?
enemy, you know? I said, know your enemy, you know? At least I know the first person who's going to stake me when it comes to it.
Look, if I'm going to stake you, I promise you'll see it coming.
I mean, I hope to see you coming.
Lacey,
What?
behave.
When have I ever not behaved?
Oh, I'm sure I have no idea. Let's go.
She'll follow.
And the two of you make your way through the building. Backtracking until finally you are at the office.
How did you go?
Absolutely nothing. No mention.
Nothing?
Nothing.
The best thing that we've got is the dam.
Okay. And that was...
Talk about findings in the car?
Sure.
Yeah, that's probably... That's all?
Can I take a flash image of his computer so that I can replicate it on my system later?
Yes, you can. With the amount of successes you got, you can make that computer literally dance.
Yeah, I will take an image of his computer so that I can make a virtual machine of it. To, I guess, try and look for any patterns or anything, or any obvious gaps where stuff's quite visibly been deleted, but do that later on. Yeah, I've got, there was nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's ridiculous.
Sorry, finish what you were saying.
I don't understand why we were sent here. If there is a link, it's tenuous at best, or very, very, very well hidden. Anyway, vehicle. Damn.
Say about the dam, exactly.
We're talking vehicle.
I took my bike.
You can sit in the car
Before we leave.
when we get up there.
Okay.
Or, you know, we can talk and ride.
I'll call in.
Excellent.
Alright, let's go.
And you all make your way towards the car and the motorcycle. How does this conversation start?
And Barbara is going to open the group chat with all of us, group call, as she starts up the AV, because I assume Barbara's driving.
Yes.
No, no, with their license.
What did you find? Exactly what did you find?
Ian?
At the dam, it looks like a few other companies besides them are interested in rebuilding the dam, putting in water, but nothing about this Morning Star, unfortunately. Just a lot of interesting information about the dam, so I am assuming that this
So they're talking about
person-
building it, repurposing the dam?
Repurposing the dam, yes. Filling with water.
Cleaning it up and taking it back to its original purpose, which was to hold back the water.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What companies, mind you?
Did I get a list of those companies, Mike?
2 of the big ones were Biotechnica and Petrochem.
Biotechnica and Petrochem.
Why do I feel like I know the word Biotechnica?
Well, Biotechnica makes most of our food. Out.
Out. What?
They've got farms and farms and farms.
We do food. So maybe they're trying to make water, right? Help grow more plants.
Doesn't make sense because they've got enclosed environments, so they can control the environment where they're growing. Why would they want... The dam hasn't had water in it for forever. Why would they want water to be back in it? And if I remember correctly, and Storyteller, feel free to tell me to shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
If the dam was to have water in it and was to break, Rancho Coronado would be mostly done, right? Yeah. So hypothetically speaking, if the dam was to break now, there would be a flood of rubbish that would take out most of Rancho Coronado. Could you imagine if that was water? I can't see a logical reason why that would be. It makes no sense.
Yeah, why would they want that? Because if it is water, isn't there, like, most dams also function as like an energy source?
Yeah, but
like they use like hydroponic power. Could that?
No. Too much thought. We're putting too much thought into it. Who currently inhabits Rancho Coronado? Which sect?
Anarchs?
What anarch?
Rancho Coronado is... help a netrunner out here, Storyteller.
Roll me a wits and politics or wits and streetwise.
Oh, man. 4. Not a critical, though, just normal.
You know that whilst you have visited the Bloody Disciples in Rancho Coronado,
Yeah.
the main domain owners are clans in Misi.
Well, I mean, there's the Disciples, but mostly it's dragons.
Okay, cool. You've seen Rex. You've seen her bullshit. We know that something she's doing shares a benefactor with whoever the archangels are. Wipe out the competition with a big ass wave, and it clears the room for the Bloody Disciples to take over the rest of that area. If they have forewarning, then it's just the Bloody Disciples.
Wait. Whoa.
Who is Rex?
My sire.
Okay.
And the leader of the Bloody Disciples. Hi, by the way, I'm a sleeper agent, or was, for both sides.
Yeah, we dealt with it. It's fine. Big wave. The big wave is coming.
There's a huge war with the Anarchs right now. They are fighting for land with each other. We are putting too much thought into it. Yes, there's a bunch of humans. They can be hired. The Bloody Disciples. They've always been a religious name. The disciples of Jesus, or whatever Neo-Jesus is. Psycho-Jesus can take the fucking wheel and drive us off a cliff at this fucking point.
No. The Great Wave is coming. The Great Wave. The Great Wave is coming.
What?
You don't see it?
No! Tell me.
Okay. Stepping by stepping. Right now, the Anarchs are in a huge land grab war.
Yes.
Anarchs will do just about anything to piss each other off and get more land. including getting the cam on someone's ass for no reason. The Bloody Disciples, led by Rex, are a huge push right now against a bunch of different peoples. They're also one of the larger groups, and they're involved in trafficking, and they share a benefactor with the Archangels. If
The benefactor's Morningstar.
the benefactor has to be Morningstar,
Has to be Morningstar.
So you're not
So
saying that
if-
Rex is Morningstar, you're saying someone else is Morningstar.
Someone else is.
and they likely have an agreement saying, here, Rex, do my trafficking for me, get your people involved and start this bullshit, and I'll get you more land. I'll wipe out this huge swath of fucking enemies.
A question. How does this affect us if it is anarchs?
That is the question, isn't it?
Do we need to go and shake down Rex for the name of this benefactor? What do we do?
Tried that.
No. 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 I don't want to go back there. You don't want to. You don't want to go there.
Might have
What happened there? What is...
Not good. Not good. Bad.
Hero, you and I can talk about it at length together if you want. I will give you a fucking brain dance to see it all yourself, but
Can't wait. So...
we have a back option. Tsunami.
The guy that was at Elysium last night?
Tsunami, who was one of my best friends while I was still a member. Tsunami, the person who tipped me off about the benefactor. And Tsunami, who was, for some reason, the only one of the Bloody Disciples to show up at Elysium.
Lacey, big
What?
wave. Tsunami,
Yes.
big wave.
Yes, I know.
No.
Tsunami's
can't-
doing it. Or something. Is that what you're getting at?
I don't know.
Well, then we
Okay.
go talk to him then. Where is he?
We find
We'll
out.
be with Rex.
Rex.
Where
We
we
can't-
don't want to go.
We don't want to go.
Can you
Because
reach
here's
out to
that-
him and organize a meeting somewhere with this guy? He liked you, right?
Yeah, I could.
Let's do that. Call him.
It's not that simple.
Why?
Because if Rex finds out I'm reaching out again, she's going to ask why I don't have Nyx's head on a stick.
You're working on it. Why do you need Nyx's head on a stick? What?
You missed a lot.
I'm getting that idea, yeah.
Okay. Do you want the long version or the short version?
Give me the Cliff Notes.
Cliff notes. I was Rex's childer, technically still am, and have a crippling blood addiction to them because of it. So, I wanted the fuck out when I found out they were doing the trafficking bullshit because I don't vibe. And you don't just leave, Rex. You don't. You die if you try. And I like being alive. So, I went to Nyx. And Nyx offered me an out. Nyx offered me, hey, be an informant. Do what we do best. So that's what I'm doing. I'm playing informant for both sides, or at least pretending to keep my head off of sticks. Unfortunately, Rex is pissed off about that, as she should be. And last time we went, she got more pissed off. Because of course she did. Because that's the only fucking emotion that woman has, ever. We found out some very good information, but also that she made everybody drink blood, which is not great.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
That's not great.
And she demanded that the next time I show up, if I dared show my face, it better be with my mission completed. And I asked, what's my mission now, Mommy? And she said, Nyx, dead.
Ian.
This has been very informed.
None of
Ian,
this leaves this truck.
You should have said that before. But,
You
yeah.
should have.
Ian, you're good at this finding stuff, right? Finding people. Can you find Tsunami without having to go through Rex?
Sure. And I'm gonna do that.
Alright. Is somebody going to give Ian a description of Tsunami?
I will give her everything. I will describe this fucker to a T. I'll give her his fucking access code.
If you had it.
I've contacted him before.
Oh yeah, you have his number. Yeah. Ian, what's tech? Hacking and yeah.
It makes sense. The archangels want any kind of kindred out of the way. The bloody disciples want land. It's an easy agreement.
So the humans are just pawns for this larger plan.
For whoever Morningstar is, I assume.
This benefactor.
So if they're trafficking humans out of Rancho Coronado, they're removing some of the human factor, the rest is collateral damage.
And
Meanwhile,
we know
they're making...
Go ahead. They're not just trafficking humans.
No.
No, they're grabbing us.
Us?
They took a high-ranking Ventru kid. They took a Bruja kid. Do we have Ian, do you have a full list of everyone that's gone missing?
I do have a full list.
I'm going to ask a question I probably am really hoping I am wrong about. In that list, do any clans match?
All of them do.
Like doubles? Or is there one of every clan?
There was.
How did you do on your roll?
7 successes.
What is it? You stopped. One of every clan. What is it? What does it mean?
Well, let's find out if I'm right.
Ian, you are aware that one of every clan has been taken.
Fuck! Sucks. Fuck!
Some are presumed MIA. But as you sit back on the chair again, your mind drifts to a different place entirely as you connect with the circuits of the city, the living heartbeat. As you move through the city, connecting one port to another, jumping from one net to another, you finally come across a man fitting the description of Tsunami. It's taken a few minutes, but you see that he is in Kabuki, visiting an old woman. You see him walking into a store.
He's in Kabuki, visiting an old woman, walking into a store. I will give that store and all that information.
He's visiting his fucking touchdown. Oh, you asshole.
He's visiting who?
Like someone who reminds him that he's not a monster. He's
A leverage point.
Mm-hmm.
Then let's go.
Kabuki or the dam? Where are we going?
Kabuki.
Kabuki, I suppose.
Kabuki.
We go in that
Me-
dam, which is likely their source of operations. Just the four of us, we die. Permanently.
Well, that's suboptimal.
What happened after I turned into a unhuman torch?
Mm-hmm.
It's the only thing I don't know.
What do you mean?
Were they conscious or gone? Were they gone?
Who?
The ones we were supposed to save. I know we technically saved them, but were
I don't know.
one of every kind kept in cryo chambers? Wipe the map. What's left?
Just us.
Not even us. That dam comes down, it takes out more than Rancho Coronado. It's been raining for weeks.
It's all gone.
Except stuff that's stuck in cryo chambers. Kept safe and secure and corruptible.
This is a bad time to be out of my pod.
No shit.
So you think the archangels are collecting?
I think they're collecting.
I don't know what to do with that.
We tell Vera, and we tell Minerva, and we tell Nyx, and
We
anyone
can't
else.
tell Minerva. Minerva's been locked in her room.
We tell
isn't-
Minerva. And we make sure everyone sees how she reacts.
Kabuki then.
Kabuki, yeah, no, let's, I need a drink. I need a drink.
Need a lot more than a drink. And I need to get
And
great.
This is why I don't want you tied to a sire that you never wanted in the first place, or one you'll regret, hero. One that is willing to give you freedom. Because imagine having a sire and someone who would just, there you go, do your job.
I don't want a sire at all.
And on that note, that is where we end tonight's episode. I do thank you all for coming. I had a great fucking time. I hope you all did too. So let's do the round table once more. Hi, I'm Mike, also known as Feral Enhigar. I go by he, him, and I was the storyteller this evening. And I was story told too. It was great. Hi, hero.
Hi everyone, I'm MK. I use they them pronouns and I've been playing Hero, who uses he him pronouns. You can find me everywhere online under Moving Castles, castles with a K.
And Babel.
Hi, I'm Nephthys Nile. I have been playing Barbel, your Markavian netrunner, who's got more than one issue apparently. You can find me everywhere on the internet as Nephthys Nile. That's NEPHTHYSNILE. I am everywhere doing everything all the fucking time.
Lacey.
Hi, this has been #LoveLacey, your absolutely existential crisis breakdown for the evening. Woo! I am Saber. It has been a pleasure. You can find me anywhere at Strange Occurrence.
And finally out of their pod to unleash chaos, like the gremlin they are, Sir Cuttlefish as Ian.
I am Sir Cuttlefish. I go by she, her. Ian goes by she, her as well. And I've learned a lot of very interesting information.
So once more, we thank you all for coming this evening. We hope you've had a great time. And be sure to tune in next time when the walls break down. If you can't keep it clean, keep it scary. Have a good night, folks.